Please join me in welcoming Sebastian Schillinger, Project Manager at AUDI AG, to the stage.
So today I will tell you something about AUDI eKurzinfo. I divided my presentation into 4 parts. So starting with a short overview about the Audi's Owners Literature Department and Audi for itself. Then I will show you some use cases of the app. I will tell you something about advantages and disadvantages we occurred inside of this app. And I will tell you something about our future plans of AUDI eKurzinfo. So just beginning with a short overview. I believe most of you or everyone in this room knows that we are building cars. By the beginning of this year, in our product portfolio, there were around about or more than 50 different models. And we are also producing them not only in the color silver, red, and blue. We can produce every color you want, but not only the colors are varying, also the technology behind of these cars. The amount of this is really get more and huge in the future. So we are talking about new infotainment systems, new driver assistants, which make your drive more comfortable and more easy. And of course, in the future, we will talk about piloted driving. So why am I talking about everything about this? For us in the Owners Literature Department, it's our task to bring these features and these functions to our customers so they get to know how this feature works and what we are talking about when we are talking about Vorsprung durch Technik. To fulfill this task, we have an Owners Literature Department with a team of 20 colleagues. We're working around about on 150 different documents, and these documents then will be translated into 44 languages. And we handle around about 3,500 different articles a year, and we have around about 3 million copies of books per year. So not the smallest publisher, I would assume. So, and also there, I want to give you an insight about the huge amount of information we have to handle every day and how important it is for us to have a lean and mostly automated editorial and production process for that. Of course, we are not only producing books, we are also making some electronic or new media stuff, like the AUDI eKurzinfo. And this will be the next part of my presentation. As I started drafting a new kind of electronic manual, I put our customer into the focus of the design process. So I asked myself, how, when, and why is the customer using a manual? And the goal of this was, of course, to get the best user experience and to make usability more efficiently, and of course to separate important from unimportant features. After this process, these use cases were still available in the AUDI eKurzinfo. So the first one is the scanner mode. So you can just hold your camera of your phone onto any level, any knob, any button in the cockpit view. The app will recognize this function and will then display some information about how does the function use, how does it work, and how you can use it. And it also works with warning lamps. The second use case is the search engine compartment. So this is perhaps, or just imagine, a warning lamp goes on and says you have to refill your washer water. So of course you say washer water, I can refill myself, but where do I have to refill this water? So you can just take the feature of a search engine compartment, stand before your car, hold the camera over the engine, and the system will show you where you have to refill the right fluid into the right container. And the third use case is the quick reference guide scanner. So we are based on printed manuals. So we have to think about it, how can we get our reading manuals customers to get to know to an app. And so we combined both worlds, and you can use the quick reference guide as a base for recognizing, and you get to write the same information like you get to scan the information in the cockpit. To give you a wider overview of the app, we released this app worldwide with the exception of our markets, US and China. It's included 5 different models with the different variants of those models. It's available for iOS and Android devices. And it's included 7 languages. And you can recognize around about 300 different objects per model. So it includes functions, warning lights, and driver messages. So let me come to the advantages and disadvantages. Of course, I'm working a long time with this app, and I experienced some of this. And I just want to start with the advantages. So what you see behind of me is a cockpit view of our Le Mans racer from 2012, which also won the Le Mans 24 hours. And I think it's a very suitable picture to get to know you're sitting the first time in your car and you don't know anything about what you are seeing. So you have functions you really don't know what does it do. And what it shows us is when you can name a function or you don't know which kind of function it is, you have really problems to find it in a printed manual. So perhaps I can guess a little bit. There is a yellow button which said drink. Now, in my imagination, I think I could imagine what it is, but I don't know if my imagination really meets the reality. But what we can do with AUDI eKurzinfo is we give a visual search engine directly into the hand of our customers. I think it's the cutting-edge feature for augmented reality, and you can only achieve it with this technology. The second advantage is updatability. Of course, it's an electronic version of a manual. It's easier to update it like a printed book. But what we also do, we separated the main content from the app, so we can very, very easy and very, very quick update our content, so we don't need to go through the whole process through an app store. So we're just updating the content on the server, and it's available worldwide. So in German, there exists a very suitable quote for the next slide. It would say, whenever there is light, there is also darkness. And so let us come to the disadvantages, of course. So the app is mainly used outside. So every single weather condition can occur. So in bright sun, you have hard shadows, you have many reflections, and of course, you have color of the car, of the interior, of the exterior. Every of these conditions have really impact on the recognition rate. And by the way, we are also producing, of course, yellow cars. So you need to test such kind of an app in a really, really often way, and you need to test everything. But what is also sure is you can not test everything. We also know that in AUDI eKurzinfo, there are some conditions that doesn't work this app. So for me, the worst case scenario is a dark colored car in an unlit garage. You don't have a chance to have an augmented reality working there. Another disadvantage is, of course, complexity in production. Just remember the information at the beginning of my presentation. 50 models, a huge amount of technology, and you need to handle it. And to be honest, the production of a new model of AUDI eKurzinfo isn't that automated like our production line for the body shop. So it's really hard work. It's unhappily, it's really much handwork. So you need really much period of time to achieve a new model. And of course, it costs a lot of money. And you need always real cars to test every feature. So just let me come to the last part of my presentation. I will give you a short timeline of what we have done till now with AUDI eKurzinfo. So I'm working on AUDI eKurzinfo for more than 6 years now. And what you can see in the timeline is that we updated the features and the possibilities of this app continuously. So as we started 6 years ago, the standards which you have now in augmented reality doesn't exist. So we really needed to develop new features, new technologies to gain every feature you see here. And it was a lot of work to do. But also we won some awards like the Red Dot Award and Design Award, the German Design Award this year. But now is the question, what will be the next step for an AUDI eKurzinfo? How does it go on in the future? And to give you an insight onto this question, I want to give you two different views for answering this question. The first one is a corporate view. Beside car manufacturing, our business will expand. So new business parts will be developed, and we need to get to know, to inform our customers more and more. So the first example is mobility. We will develop more into a field of service provider for mobility also. And therefore, for example, we have a car sharing system called Audi Unite, where you can share your Audi with your friends or with your family. And we have another project that's called Audi Select, where you can switch between different Audis in a period of time. So you can drive in the summer a cabriolet, and in the winter you can drive with an SUV. So both topics shows that it's getting even more important to get the right information into the right time to the customer, and when he needs it and where he needs it. And I believe that AR can help us to achieve this goal in an easy way. Let us come to the second view. It's the technology view. Of course, the production needs to get faster, and we have to reduce the complexity of adding new models. Therefore, at the moment, we are looking on two concepts. You can see it right behind me. The first concept is based on a whole CAD data process. So the idea is that we're taking a CAD model like a Q7. We simplify this model that it matches on every Q7 we produce, and then we define our POIs, metadata, and so on, just in the CAD model, and everything is done in CAD. It's the one concept. The second concept, of course, is artificial intelligence. So we want to learn a machine every information we have from our cars, every picture, huge amount of data into a machine, and then the machine can recognize every feature of the car. So like here in the example is the cruise control system. So both concepts are really impressive and really looking good. Of course, they have both some advantages and some disadvantages. The decision is not yet fallen, but we believe that one of the concepts we will work on so that we can have a new AUDI eKurzinfo by the next year. And then perhaps I can also show you more detailed information about how we will go on. Thank you for your attention.